Okay, folks, we are back for game 3. So the score is currently tied 1-1 between Thanks and Shalifar. Now we're moving on to game 3 on Hammerfall. Okay, we are now beginning our game. And here we go. Hammerfall. I don't believe I played this map before, so it's going to be a bit hard to figure out what everything is. Okay. Shalifar going for pretty much the same build, I believe. Starts the farm, immediately starts working on the barracks. And here we go. We'll see if Shalifar can get a handle on the initial harass that Thanks is pretty fond of doing. Two farms coming down for Shalifar. I don't think this is anything groundbreaking. I don't know enough. I gotta keep talking about something. Okay, pretty standard overall. Once again, Thanks is sending out the Wisp to scout. So Thanks is he's got a lot of focus on initial scouting and just knowing in general what is happening with Shalifar's game. He should have seen that. I believe he did see that footman. Pretty much these Shalifar's immediate counter whenever he knows that. Whenever he knows that Thanks is waiting to scout. Alright, Thanks now starting his creeping. He has gone for the Keeper of the Grove this time, not the Demon Hunter. Okay, cool. We'll see how that goes. It seems that I've lost my Warcraft 3 booster. I might need to start that up again. My fault, folks. I don't know how that'll affect the stream if it starts up late, but we'll see how it goes.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh well. Here we are. Here's the overlay. My fault, folks. Okay, level 2 on the Archmage. Not yet level 2 on the Keeper of the Grove. Loses Treants. They tie him out. Should be... yeah. So he'll get level 2 with this one. Shalifar has taken his nearby gold mine. I believe it's called a natural, if I'm not mistaken. I'm new. It takes care of the Hydras. Now, pretty much neck and neck in terms of hero strength. Does lose a wisp. I don't think he managed to get the detonate off. Right, immediately power building the town hall for the Fast Expo, but Thanks read it. He read the plan. Going after the peasants to try and delay this. Gets one, gets another. Alright, quickly making his way back so that those treants don't get tied up. And it seems that he's about to
Forces are under
start
attack.
going for his natural as well. Shalifar sends a footman over, begins to harass the wisp, loses one. That's not good. Seems that Thanks is not yet fully aware. Finally manages to get the wisps moving out of there. Sending his footman for a wild goose chase. Meanwhile, Shalafar's expo is now beginning,
A player's
or
forces
just
are
now
under
starting
attack.
to finish. Thanks. Begins work on the next creep camp 2.7. Just about to turn level 3. With this creep camp, he should be done with that. Thanks has started his tech. Just about a minute out on the tech,
A player's
and
forces are under
Thanks, I'm
attack.
sorry, Shalifar gets to it a little bit later. Thankfully, does not leave the book. Tree of Life slowly making his way towards the gold mine. Catches out the footman. So it seems that Thanks is now going for huntresses rather than the dryads and druid of the claw that he used to go to for the last 2 games. I wonder if Shalifar is gonna do anything different. He still hasn't started on his second hero because his tech hasn't finished. Still about a minute and a half out. Scouts out the Ancient of War. He's going for a quick hit on Thanks' base. Tries to cancel the Moonwell. Manages to cancel it just in time. The problem with the footmen is that they're a bit tankier. Immediately starts to go for the wisp, detonates, bringing the water element all the way down. Okay, Shalifar quickly gets out of there. I believe he managed to get 2 wisps. One of them detonated. That's good. Those small hits will start to pile up. 5 huntresses now for Thanks. This is not looking good for... What is that? I don't know what that is. Let's see if Shalifar will commit to a straight fight. The huntresses do have more HP. Okay. Heavy armor takes reduced damage from... What do you call it? From piercing attacks. So
A town
they're
has
actually
been
perfect for countering the towers that Shalifar will make. Going for the shop. Puts down an owl on the trees. And the shop will go. Doesn't lose any of his huntresses. Those rebounding blades are going to be very annoying and painful. Looks like Shalafar's about to commit to a straight fight. 2 of the footmen are low. Micros them away. Meanwhile, still a lot of HP for Thanks' huntresses. Second hero's already out. I forgot to mention that. Finally gets the Demon Hunter. The Mountain King is 13 seconds away. So, Shalifar is pretty much just buying time until he can sort of muster up enough of a force to
A town is under
to
siege.
go for Thanks' army. Pretty much even in terms of hero strength. Level 3 and 1 on both heroes. Don't think he got the Stormbolt down. He might have gotten... Oh yeah, he did get the Stormbolt down, never mind. Shalfar got delayed. I believe his Arcane Sanctum got cancelled and now he's starting. Tries to rebuild his shop, that's crucial. Meanwhile, Thanks pretty much has total control over the large portion of the map. Both of them have a lot of gold. They haven't been spending their money. But Thanks just has the overwhelming advantage in terms of numbers. Pretty much a complete reversal of the last game. Gets the Goblin Shredder to boost up his gold. My cat is here, guys. Level 2 on the Demon Hunter, level 3.5 on the Keeper of the Grove. The Keeper is now beginning to harass. They still both have a lot of money. Okay, so the Mountain King is beginning to creep. He's still way behind the Demon Hunter of Thanks. Thanks takes out a peasant. That's not good. And Shalifar attempting to give chase. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter is now comfortably in level 3. Shalifar actually hasn't made any headway in terms of XP for his Archmage. And his Mountain King is still level 2. Did by a staff of teleportation. Gets jumped by the creeps in that camp. So Shalifar, he is in catch-up mode. He's trying to make up for lost time by starting to get his creep on. Sorry for that. He does have a pretty big army. 2 priests, 4 riflemen. So Arcane Sanctum is just now training a sorceress. Talisman of Evasion. Invul Potion, Scroll of Healing, and then Boots of Speed. He's starting to gear up this Mountain King quite heavily. Oh, it seems that Thanks has gone for a Pit Lord as the 3rd hero. Let's see what skills he gets. Okay, Shalifar has lost a footman. It's now in the process of getting creepjacked by Thanks. That roar or howl, whatever it's called. Loses a priest, loses another footman. Talisman of Evasion dropped down. Things are not looking good for Shalifar. Both of their heroes are level 3. He's a hero behind. He still hasn't teched up the tier 3. Meanwhile, Thanks already with a 2nd hero. A 3rd hero, pardon. Trying to go for a creep camp again, but almost got jumped by Thanks' Pit Lord. Manages to kite it away and is actually gonna go for this. Oof. But Thanks is now pretty much hitting on all sides. The 2 heroes are getting the harass going, while the Pit Lord starts with a creep camp. Try and power level it up. Shalifar can't catch a break. Keeps getting this expo harassed, but that just goes to show the amount of control that Thanks has. Pit Lord, level 2 now. Takes care of that camp pretty easily. Gets an Ankh. That is nuts. Ankh is pretty useful item to have. Once again, continuing to get his creeping going. Still hasn't started his tech up to tier 3. But it seems that Shalifar is ready to commit to a large fight. Reads that he's getting that Thanks is creeping over there. Could get a few units if he catches out these low huntresses. Sappers. Oh! Shalifar sends a few sappers. I did not see that. Destroys his Ancient of Life. I believe that's what it's called. That was a pretty good play by Shalifar. That was a sneaky play. He does have wards here. Surrounds one of the huntresses, so I mean that rifleman, so he will lose that. But wow, that is a massive. Oh,
A player's forces are under attack.
okay. I think he destroyed something else. Oh, it's my fault. He destroyed the expo, and not the actual like. He destroyed the expo, not the tree of life. It's tree of eternity. I got hype. I mean, it was still a pretty good play, but it wasn't as major of a play as I thought it was. Going for the pit lord, he might lose this. He doesn't. Does have the Ankh. Shalifar should be able to see that he has an Ankh. I don't know why you'd waste it here. They can just do a surround right now and just absolutely jump the hell out of this pit lord. Where is the Mountain King? The pit lord is gonna get away. Goes for a staff of telly. No! Boots! Oh! 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 That was an invisibility potion, I think. Wastes the storm bolt of Shalifar and gets away scot-free. That wow, quick thinking right there by Thanks. That was pretty impressive. In terms of supply, both players have pretty even army, but the Huntress is there and the large number of bears. How many bears does he have? 4 bears, I think. Yeah, 4. 2 of them are not transformed.
A player's forces
Okay,
are
it
under
seems
attack.
that Thanks is starting to beginning his attack. But Shalifar intercepts him. Will lose a bear. Thanks will lose a bear. Slows popping up all around. That's a lot of damage. Okay. Units dropping on all sides, but it seems that. Ooh, the numbers game. This pit lord is doing a lot of work. And these bears. Shalifar is steadily losing units, but he is hitting back just as hard. 1 bear down. Actually, 2 bears down, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, Shalifar takes down his. Oh, Shalifar takes down Thanks' Demon Hunter. That is a lot. Immediately buys back in the tavern. I believe in terms of overall numbers, it is still Shalifar with the advantage. He is going for Griffins. I don't know if. Okay, never mind. Thanks is going for Chimeras, I believe. Okay. So, Shalifar buying that Scroll Town portal just as sort of a insurance policy. He has teched up Tech 3 now, so can begin work on his 3rd hero, but doesn't have the money yet. I believe he's trying to go for something in the tavern. Just doesn't have the money for it yet. This will. Oh. I don't know if Thanks would have won that fight if the 2 of them had started a clash. What did he spend his money on? I believe he bought another
A player's forces are
Griffin.
under attack.
Yeah, he did. So, Thanks, it's just. Oh my god. I thought my stream wasn't on. Sorry about that. So Thanks now bringing some Dryads into the mix, trying to refill the bears that he lost. Seems that he's now moving away from the Huntress strat. And is now committing to bears and Dryads, although he still does have 4 of these Huntresses in. Will he go for a 3rd hero? No, he doesn't. These griffins are gonna pack a mean punch. I don't think... Yeah, with these huntresses, there's gonna be no way for them to hit the griffins. The only ones who can are the dryads and the keeper of the grove. Stormbolt out, taking the keeper of the grove out of the fight. Blizzard deployed on the archmage. It whittles down the huntresses. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot of damage. The huntresses have gone invisible. There's a pile of very weak units right here. If Shalifar can sort of divert. Almost loses one of the priests. It seems that Shalifar is finally aware of these very low units over here. He's now actively going for them. But the Demon Hunter is doing a lot of damage as well. Has to bail out. He couldn't get any of these guys. Shalifar playing it safe. He did do a lot of damage. But in terms of like units killed, I think that trade went in favor of Shalifar. Thanks pulls back to sort of lick his wounds over here in the Moonwell. These are some very low units. Still, another sapper. Shalifar loves that strat. Four Griffin Riders now up for Shalifar. I don't know how or exactly what he's gonna do to counter this. Down to one gold mine as well. Actually, starting up his second expansion. That is nuts. 22 minutes gone so far. It's a slow burner of a game, especially with the numbers that we're dealing with on both sides. Thanks actually has almost 5,000 lumber. This Goblin Shredder is doing a lot of work. Okay, seems that the two armies are once again about to intersect. That Stormbolt hurts. Okay, Shalifar is focusing instead on the gold mine rather than the enemy units. Oh, get your units out there, Shalifar. You're blizzarding your own units. Tries to cancel the Ancient Protector, but again, this is the problem with having mostly dryads. I mean, with having huntresses. The huntresses can't really attack the air. The dryads can, though. Shalifar is maintaining the pressure on the gold mine. Okay, back at it again with the blizzard. Now the blizzard is on target. Loses a spell breaker, but gets a bear in return. These Griffin Riders are perfect against the bears and the huntresses with their magic damage.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Shalifar just doing his best to make sure that Thanks can't get any gold, but it's not working. Defense is just too strong and the Griffin Riders are very low. They sort of... I don't think Shalifar can afford to lose any of them. It's a lot of damage output. Loses a Huntress. So Shalifar just chipping away very, very slowly at the army of Thanks. Got one archer, one huntress. numbers game seems to be in favor of Thanks still.
Player's forces are under attack.
It's not that impressive of an army, like if you compare the two.
Town is under siege.
I'm interested to see what the counter will be. He does have a griffin just sitting there at base. Dryads, additional dryads coming in. I believe Shalifar is committing to an all-in strategy here. He's gonna go. What is happening? Alright, goes for the dryads. The hippogriffs have come in and a chimera. These are gonna hurt. Ooh, these are gonna hurt the griffin riders a lot. No TP, no TP. Okay, Shalifar called it GG. So Thanks takes game 3. Alright. So I believe that's it. I believe that's the last game. Yeah, that's the last game. What a match. What a series from these two players. Shalifar had the early advantage with game 1 because he got his units up way too quickly. But then Thanks sort of read the playbook from there on out and began to harass pretty well. So his units got up in level, managed to prevent Shalifar from building up his army too much, and it was a wrap from then on.